right, and we're back for part 2. Beppu, we're going to talk about Beppu and our trip to mainland because there was so much that we did.
It was great. I really enjoyed Beppu. It was surprisingly interesting and beautiful, and it had so many really cool features to it. So
I will say, I want to start, I think I did a decent job planning this trip.
yeah, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot.
It was well paced.
It was.
So we flew out Friday evening into Fukuoka. So we stayed in a hotel in Beppu.
Yeah,
In Fukuoka.
In Fukuoka. It was really fun. The hotel was nice. I thought it was kind of cool. You walk in and there's tatami floors and there's all the mattresses right on the floor, and the kids were like, "This is so cool." And I thought it was actually kind of comfortable. Shayna disagreed, but it was a really cool little hotel.
And it was like a slumber party. So I don't know. That part was fun, but
yeah. It was cool. And it was a nice hotel. And then we were right next to the train station that we needed to get onto, so we got out of the hotel and got on the train. And I love trains. I really do. They're super nice.
It is. It's spacious, and it's not like a plane where you're so cramped. Like you really have room, and
you can literally get up and walk around if you want to. You can just looking outside, you see all these like really cool old Japanese houses with the like tile roofs, and it was just, the countryside is really kind of pretty and really kind of cool. I really enjoy just
you know what I really like about the trains, and it's gonna sound funny, but sometimes the train changes directions. So while you're on the train, they're like, okay, everybody turn your seat around, and everybody literally gets up and they flip the chairs, so you have to like turn the chairs around so that you're not riding backwards.
Yeah. But it was kind of cool because we could like turn the chairs around and just face the kids, and I think we did that.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
That was fun.
And as we arrived into Beppu, you could kind of smell the sulfur from like a little bit of a distance. You're like, ooh, yeah, there's a little bit of rotten egg smell here. That's kind of fun. And you literally get out of the train station, and the first thing you see is like a little hot spring bubbling that they have out there, and you can touch it. And it was just like, oh, hey, welcome to Beppu.
Yeah. So Beppu has. It's my understanding that there's more geothermals in Beppu than anywhere else in Japan. So it is a giant onsen town.
Yeah.
Which is what I was looking for. I wanted to sit in some onsens for this trip.
You don't know what an onsen is? It's the natural hot springs. And they're actually really hot. And the Japanese like them boiling.
Yeah, like a lobster.
Yeah. So we stayed at a place called Misakai. It's a very traditional ryokan. We dropped our bags off there and just started walking around.
We went to the Jigoku.
Yeah, we went to the Oniyama Jigoku was the first one we went to. And
so they're the 7 hells is what they call them. There's 7 of them. We did not go to all 7 because it would have been a lot, but we went to the 2 most popular.
Yeah. So Oniyama means demon mountain, and Jigoku means prison. Or hell. Yeah, so it's the Demon Mountain Hell, and
there's crocodiles there.
Lots of them.
Lots and lots of crocodiles everywhere, because apparently it's a really good breeding ground. The heat or whatever is a good breeding ground for crocodiles. I don't know why we need to breed the crocodiles, but they were everywhere. They were in, I don't want to say cages, but they were contained.
Yeah, they had their little areas.
Yeah, they were contained, so they weren't going to come out and come eat us. But yeah, there were a lot of them. It was cool.
And the other one we went to, the Umi Jigoku.
I liked that one.
That one was cool. That one had a lot more to see. It had some like I don't know, not garden grounds, but you could walk around and see some cool stuff. And
it was really pretty. It was really blue. Whatever minerals are in that Jigoku make it really, really blue. And you can see the steam coming up, and we got they sell steamed
eggs.
like eggs and stuff. So we had eggs. I don't think they tasted any different than regular eggs, but the yolk looked a little different.
Yeah, it did. And for lunch we went to a place called Jigoku Mushikobo restaurant, which was really interesting and not my favorite, but the experience was fun.
We steamed our own food with onsen water after drinking the onsen water.
Yeah, they had onsen water like coming out of a fountain and you could drink it.
But the food was just okay. I mean, steamed food doesn't have a lot of flavor.
Yeah, when you like boil steak, it's not my favorite kind of steak, but the experience was really cool and they made it fun. And then that evening we went to Takegawara.
We planned to go to Takegawara. It was fine. So Takegawara is an more traditional public onsen, so a public bathhouse instead of a private bathhouse, that was built in 1879. But we did get in the onsen. There were 2 separate sides, so the boys go on their side, the girls go on their side. We didn't last very long.
No, I mean, I think we lasted about as long as most people there do. It was really hot, like really hot, but it was such an old building. You could tell that it was built like over 120, 140 years ago or whatever. So it was pretty cool, like just being in that kind of historical building. And after that, we went back to our little hill where we were staying, because that Takegawara was kind of like 20-minute taxi ride. So we went back to our little hill. We were walking around at night, and man, that steam coming out of everything.
You can see it at night because you just see the steam rising, and it's really cool.
You can see it during the day too, but for some reason at night.
At night, it was crazy.
It was cool. Like all the streets, it's just steam coming out of every place you look, and like every pipe you look at on the street is like covered in calcium. It was just really kind of a cool experience seeing all that stuff. And you could hear running water like everywhere you go, just running under the street. It was really, I don't know, just relaxing, just even walking around on these hills. It was...
The next day, we went to Mount Surumi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went to Mount Surumi. They have really good views of the town. You take a cable car up the mountain. I was not a huge fan of that. I do not like heights, and not a huge fan of taking that cable car. I was worried we were going to die. We made it.
It was fun. We saw snow at the top.
Wasn't snow.
We saw snow. Clark nearly died tripping on that, but we did see snow, so we didn't escape it like everybody thought we would. We actually saw snow.
Yeah, the views up there were beautiful.
It was really pretty up there. It was really good time. There was all these little. It was kind of like a Easter egg hunt, scavenger hunt for like all these. They had all these little different gods or kami or whatever that were just around their little statues and their little shrines and stuff. So we were like walking around on top of this mountain looking. So that was fun. And then we went to the monkey park, which was...
That was my favorite.
That was kind of wild and crazy. I think they have the regular Japanese macaws.
And as you're walking up, before you get there, they're not caged in. They are not even, like, the park is not fenced. Mm-hmm. They just are smart and they know where their food comes from. So they're not going to leave. And so you just start walking, and all of a sudden you see like a random monkey. And you're like, oh my God, a monkey. And you start taking a video. And then as you get closer, you realize there's hundreds of monkeys. And there's a sign before you get there that's like, don't stare at the monkeys or they might attack you. Don't touch the monkeys or they might attack you.
Yeah. Just don't mess with the monkeys.
Leave the monkeys alone.
Look at them and enjoy them. Don't touch them. Don't mess with them. Don't be a rude tourist.
But they were really cool. I really liked the baby monkeys.
Yeah.
They were my favorite.
They were very pretty. It was a lot of fun. And then that night, me and Shayna ditched the kids and we went to a local izakaya for some yakitori. And like we got the one with the chicken, and they gave us hearts and livers and gizzards.
It was the entire chicken.
It was like all the parts of the chicken that you don't usually eat.
And sometimes we're like, what is that? I don't know. I don't know.
Stomach, maybe. I don't know. The heart was good, but the rest of them were kind of like, it was weird. It was weird. It was hard to eat a little bit of it, but it was still a good experience.
Yeah.
And of course, we went back and we sat in the onsen that night, and the next day.
We didn't even talk about the onsen.
I know there was a private onsens at the ryokan we stayed at. They had these three private onsens. Mm-hmm. One was outdoor. Two were indoor, and it was pretty cool. It was nice to just be able to go there with me and Shayna, or us and the kids, and just enjoy the onsen.
It was very hot. Onsens are very, very hot. We actually had to turn on, I had to turn on cold water because it's not like a hot tub where you control the temperature. This is literally coming from the earth.
Yeah.
And so we had to add cold water to it to even get into it. How hot do you think it was? Like 110?
Oh, I think it was probably closer to 115. It was hot. And
was
like
hot.
they get hotter than that too, but I think it was close to 115.
It was hot.
But yeah. So, and like they have lots of ways of cooling things off. They like let it run over the rocks for a prolonged time, and hopefully that cools it off. So, but that was Beppu. It's probably a longer video at this point, but hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing some of it. And yeah, we'll catch up with you guys in February, and it'll probably be a much shorter video then.
All right. Bye.